Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit Zappy here, back again with Hunter x Hunter. We are on episode 56, and in the last episode we had another really interesting one where we got a couple more fortunes. We also got information regarding Kurapika and his powers relating to obviously his chains and stuff like that. Also the target which they're after first, which is obviously Pakanoda, her being the memory one. You know, kind of making sure that she's out of the way basically means that Gon and Killua are safe from being attributed to to Kurapika, and therefore at less risk. Hisoka's basically conned the whole Phantom Troupe with I just thought it was a great plan. I loved it. Using textual surprise as well, changing it up to certain things, basically risking it on Chrollo getting it right with his smarts and stuff. I just thought it was excellent. Really cool episode. So yeah, let's keep this train of good episodes going, shall we? So here we go. We're gonna get an episode 56 and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, episode 56. Jesus. Fuck. Well, Squall, I got no head. Well, he may have done off Elisa, but I mean, he's got no head now. That's the point. That's what I'm making. That's the point that I'm making. Fucking hell. Right. They know who Kurapika is now. I thought when she said Elisa, she's pretty, I made the connection. She can see the memories. She doesn't just like. I suppose in a way it's the same thing, isn't it? You kind of gain the memory, but like being able to see the face it's a big thing, because it's revealed now that they know who Kurapika is by face, which is the big thing. So yeah, but also now the fact that they kind of, I think that basically concludes that Gon and Killua are working with them, with Kurapika, right? Because they already had the inkling that they may have done anyway, but this kind of assures it. Because I think it's too much of a coincidence for them to think that it's, for them to show up at that quickly in succession. With Squall being there and everything that had just occurred. So yeah, fucking Pakanoda's got memory bullets that just shoots into them. Dear God. Alright. The very beginning of the episode, Kurapika was like, the whole voices thing. Of course, we figured it out that, he was thinking about Melody and, using her abilities to help out in the situation, which it was really cool. I also like the sort of the dialogue between Melody and Killua as well, especially when she's saying that what was the word she said, in Tito or in Tinto, footsteps being so silent that she figured out that he was an assassin. But I think that the interesting thing was the fact that it was raining. It was raining and they were practically silent. I mean, it's one thing to do it on dry land, but I think on a wet floor, I think it's even harder. So that's cool. Yeah, Gyo, that old chestnut. I said at the start of this episode, I said, couldn't they just use Gyo to find the hideout? Because it's related to Nen, right? And if Kotopi's power is to copy something with his Nen, then surely if Killua was to use Gyo, you'd be able to pick out the ones that are fake, right? Thinking about that as well, that could have worked on all the copies of the things, like the auction stuff and that. But I guess in that point there was no reason to know if they were fake, so there was no reason to test it out. But yeah, I'm guessing it's just slipping the characters' minds. I hope it's not a case of like the the writer being completely forgetting that, oh yeah, I can use this. You know what I mean? I hope it's just the characters that are just like, it's completely slipping their mind. I just feel like it's you know, I just feel like it should be, you know, it's obvious, isn't it? Use Gyo to figure it out. I don't know, because they keep using it for like pointless shit. At least Gon and Killua do. I mean, you know, Kurapika's used it. Well, he used it when it kind of came up in conversation when they were in the car when they had Uva, right? So I don't know. It just seems like unless like there's something like blaringly obvious to use Gyo, then they don't use it. But yeah. So yeah, Kotobi can. He could sense where there was something away. It said just similar shape though, and only if he's holding the copy of the real thingy itself. He said there's something of similar shape, which is interesting. I don't know if that'll come into play again. You know, because I don't know if Kotobi is like useful for anything else other than that. You know, copying stuff and, you know, recognizing where they are. But yeah, I guess it would have to be like, you know, you would have to know the person's power. You'd have to know Kotobi's power, and you would also have to create something that is pretty much down to the detail, because of how closely detailed his copies are, right? I suppose. So yeah, whatever. Chrollo has the St. Peter's cross. I knew. I said when it came up in Hisoka's fortune. Where is it? The customer will return on a hot day, leaving you alone with a man bearing St. Peter's cross. I feel, oh god. So at some point, Kurapika, Hisoka, and Chrollo are all going to be in the same room. And Kurapika's going to be like, would he do that though? Kurapika being there with Chrollo, would he truly like allow Hisoka to have him? You know, I don't know. But that has to be who he's referring to, and from the customer, right? It's got to be Kurapika, because it mentions the customer with red eyes, and he's the only one with red eyes, so it has to be, right? I don't know, but yeah, I fucking figured it would be St. Peter's cross. God, I'm scared for Hisoka though. I know he's good and everything, but fuck, Chrollo's good, man. Damn, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I don't know. Yeah, I wrote down figured they would guess that they were being followed, but that was when Kotobi had realised that the eyes were moving, and I was like, well, why would they be moving at this point? It's a bit curious, isn't it? And I figured that Chrollo would be, you know, smart enough to realise that, right, there's got to be a reason why this is happening. We're being followed for that reason, because how else would they have got the information to move out? But it doesn't matter anyway, because he had Machi and Shizuku using Gyo. I guess that's how they figured out what they were being followed. Or I guess it was the anxiety. No, the angst from Kurapika. So yeah, I can't believe fucking hell Kurapika. I mean, I'm guessing it's just showing that, you know, the sheer hatred for them is enough for him to forget himself. It has happened before, like back in the Hunter exam, where like he lost himself. But like, you know, like we spent like the last few episodes or whatever, where Kurapika has been wanting to avoid putting his friends at risk, and then, you know what I mean, the one time he fucking snaps and they're in fucking, you know, he's put them at risk, and now they're prisoners again. Fuck's sake. I mean, I like the switch of when Killua was behind. I love the fact that it was like he was barely there, like you could barely see him. That was great. He's like just came out of the darkness like an assassin would. It was sick. It was awesome. And yeah, it was perfect for the switch out, which I really loved. So yeah, that was cool. There was also the sort of showdown between Gon and Killua and and Chrollo was cool. Chrollo, like in that one shot, again, I love the like barely being able to see them shots. That's really cool. The silhouette in the like when you could barely see Chrollo, like if you were to squint, it would look like Ryuk from Death Note. it's the fucking the like the collar thing that he's got going on at the back. Like it's similar to like sort of like Ryuk's hair in a way, you know. It was cool anyway. And yeah, so it was interesting the you know, Gon asking like, how can you do it? Like, how can you just kill people and, you know, and be fine with it? And interestingly enough, Chrollo's, it's almost like he doesn't know himself. It's like he's got like an inner like monologue or something in his head, wondering why he does the things he does. If he's saying that he's not fond of the things that he does do, and yet he does them, but like, you know, when he was saying it, he was like, it's almost like he wasn't like, he was asking himself the question that Gon had given to him, but after that he kind of didn't acknowledge that Gon was there and almost just had a talk with himself. So I don't know, interesting. I'm excited to see exactly like what more happens with that, and if we'll get a bit more explanation as to why he is the way he is and why he does the things that he does. But yeah, that's all I've got in this episode. So yeah, it's a very short discussion, which I think kind of evens it out, because the last two have been very fucking long, and I think it's actually nice to not have to write a hell of a lot down, and go through it all and stuff like that. But yeah, that is all I've got. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, I think certain things. One of them is the Discord. If you want any information regarding my content at all, you can get yourself over there. I also have a Patreon as well, so if you do want to support me on Patreon, that'd be very much appreciated. There is a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the early access tier, obviously for $5 a month. You can get access to shows a week early, and you get 4 episodes of Hunter x Hunter every week. So that's 2 more than the general public get every week. So yeah, very good. There's also the full length there, and there's also other tiers, like, you know, ones where you can pay to have a show reacted to and things like that. So yeah, go over there, have a look. But that was all I got. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.